What do you think about what President Zelenskyy has warned about a possible nuclear strike?
Actually, we think it's quite possible, because what Putin already and Russians already done in Ukraine is already bad. And they were raping children, they were shelling like civilians, kindergartens, hospitals. Mariupol, the whole city where almost 500,000 people lived, is almost totally destroyed. So we believe that Putin is ready for everything, and we try to, mentally and emotionally prepare that this may happen. Of course, you can't prepare in full, but at least psychologically, we need to be ready for everything,
Forgive me for interrupting, but it would be an incredible thing if he carried out on this sort of threat, because it would inevitably provoke some sort of response, and potentially a nuclear response in Russia.
Yeah, we hope for that, because it's how it should be, because such crimes shouldn't be unpunished when it happens. And the other reasons why we know it's possible is because during the Soviet Union, actually, the third of Ukrainian population was killed by Russians, basically by Stalin. So there was another genocide in Ukrainian history in 1932, 1933, where roughly 4 million people were killed in less than a year. So Russian regime didn't change much, unfortunately, if we compare it with the 20th century.
The fact that President Zelenskyy has said this in an interview with an American news service suggests that he still feels that we allies are not doing enough to help him. Do you think that's true?
We are grateful for all the aid which has been done, for every military aid from each country. But I also interviewed some military experts, and they say that heavy weapons like artillery, specific long-range anti-aircraft missile systems, they are really necessary, and fighter jets are necessary to conduct more effective operations, and the war would end much faster if we had that. And also, for example, defendants of Mariupol, they say that unblocking Mariupol is possible. But Zelenskyy says we need more weaponry for that. And all military experts say this as well. For example, with this MiG-29 Polish MiGs, it was the whole discussion, and some Western commentators said that Ukraine doesn't actually need them. But our pilots, they say that we need them urgently, because with just Bayraktars, it's not possible to conduct effective operations and to end the war faster.
In Lviv, can I ask what life is like for people there now? I mean, it's pretty close to the Polish border. It is somewhere which has been relatively unscathed by the attacks. I know you have had some, but it's been less badly affected than other parts of the country. But how is morale now? Because very nearly 7 weeks into this, people must be getting absolutely distraught, ground down with what is happening.
But we, of course, try to hold on. And you said right, it's close to the Polish border. And that's why we have a lot of volunteering camps here. A lot of people volunteer. They try to find some basic stuff for the army, for the units, and to sort out the things which are coming from abroad. We have lots of volunteering camps. And also in Lviv, we had a lot of internally displaced people. So 5 million people approximately left Ukraine, but we also have around 7 million internally displaced people, and a lot of them are in Lviv. For example, my husband and I, we gave our flats to our friends from Kyiv, and now we live with our parents, and it's how lives goes on in Lviv. And also, as a journalist, I sometimes visit hospitals and interview people who are injured due to the shelling by Russia. So it's also in our hospitals we cure in Lviv people who are wounded, injured. during the war. And about the morale, people try to do something. Personally, me, I feel good when I contribute, when I work, when I do something to end this faster. And I think it's the secret of Ukraine's defense as well, Ukrainian society, is that people feel responsibilities. They don't just, a lot of people, they don't just observe, but they try to intervene and to do something, to volunteer, to sign up for military defense, or to write, to tell the world what's going on, to report about war crimes. And after Bucha massacre, and after they retreated from Kiev Oblast and Chernihiv Oblast, loads of war crimes and human first account stories come. We know about them, and it's really terrible.
Look, Orysia, it's really good to talk to you this morning. Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, thank you.